Boom, we are alive, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to talk about Dogecoin today. You know, over the last few months, I've talked about why I thought it was important to own at least a little bit of Doge. And it's not because I thought it was a good investment or because it's great technology. It's because there's a real interesting dilemma at the center of a monetary meditation. If you try to look at and ask yourself, well, what's the value of something versus what the price of something is? Value is in the eye of the hodler. Something like this. I think someone once famous quoted, value is in the eye of the hodler. And if we try to look at the deeper sentiments around something like Dogecoin, we're like, okay, well, look, it's not the greatest tech. It was supposed to be a joke. What's important about this conversation? What do most people miss is, you know, the Bitcoin maximalist center. If you've ever gone into like Clubhouse, they're almost a disgusting, like religious cult. Like, oh, this is the only one you can use and everything else is a shitcoin. People like exploring. They like trying new things. And generally, we don't want things to be too serious in life. It can get difficult if we're just always super serious about shit all the time. It gets boring. And it's important to ask ourselves questions where we put ourselves in the position to be vulnerable enough to say, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how all of this is happening. But that's okay. I can still survive and thrive in not knowing what's happening. You know, as a venture capitalist, one of the things I've always recommended is understanding the ideas of asymmetry, which is another great quote. Heads I win, tails I only lose a little. I put a small amount of money in Doge, and it is not a small amount of money anymore. That is, to me, is ridiculous. But it's also very exciting and very entertaining, and it reminds me of this idea of price and value. Now look here, this mango tree over there. Yes, that mango tree, the one that has mangoes on it currently. Yeah, I planted that like 8 years ago. I have like an affinity for this plant. My dogs, my family, all the memories I've created over this life. What would happen if someone's like, hey, well, you know that, remember that like sweet memory you have with, I don't know, your family, your loved ones, your kids, or it might be like, how much does that cost? Can I buy that from you? What would it take if I could take that emotion away? Or like, can I own it instead? We don't have a price for those things, yet those are extraordinarily valuable things, right? Take a pineapple, for example. I grow pineapples on the property here. Beautiful. They take like 18 months after I plant them to get a new pineapple. Yet pineapples sell for like $2 or $3. So we are in life right now at this really confused point where we're like, yeah, pineapple's only worth $2 or $3. Like, Jesus Christ, you could put a price on things that are basically miracles, like flavorful miracles from who the fucking knows what goddamn divine nonsense of chaos it took through billions of years to get to this goddamn point. That's worth $2 to you? There's always been this hallucination between what price is and what the value of something is. And I thought because Dogecoin was kind of peaking up into new highs, has been the best performing asset of the year, pretty much over everything else, it's an important time to be humbled and to remember, look, one of the fun things about the venture capital asymmetric approach is we want to make bets on randomness. We want to bet on the things that have not happened, because the things that have not happened do happen. Things that have never happened before will happen every day. And I think that this type of excitement and bewilderment and the playfulness that's gone along with Dogecoin is one of the reasons why it's valuable today. Is because it's taken a very serious subject like finance and this monetary debate, and it's made it kind of silly and fun and easily accessible to anyone random who wants to play around with it without feeling like they're getting bashed by a religious cult. It's absolutely brilliant. And even though I do not suggest investing a shit ton of money into Doge, I own Doge because I don't know what the fuck happens in the future. And I'm okay with signaling to the universe as an investor that I don't know. So you know what I'm going to do? Let's give me exposure to as many asymmetric potentials as humanly possible and enjoy the things that have real value and trip the fuck out meditating on how are we pricing a pineapple at $2? Is that really what it's worth? You really think the value of the pineapple is $2? I'm glad they're not more expensive, but really. anyways, I want to leave it at that. See you with the Arcane Bear. Figured, yeah, since I'm packing up to go to the jungle or another jungle soon, I'd spend more time outside in my jungle. You can hear my little waterfall running. I'll do a few more vlogs like this. I think we're going to lean a lot more into vlogs of value instead of just price. We've been going through, made a bunch of videos about price and supply and demand characteristics, and one of my favorite things about the Arcane Bear is that as a venture capitalist, I have the freedom to adventure capital and play around with you guys and share that journey. So I hope you've enjoyed kind of the twist into this new style of content. Again, we're always evolving. You know, I don't even know what we're going to get at this channel on a daily basis. So thank you for joining us. Still with the Arcane Bear. And we'll see you guys on the side. You know what I'll do? I'll leave you without this view for a minute. Bam!